Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel Code with Surya Official. In today's video, we are going to learn about CSS selectors. Selector tells CSS which HTML element we want to style. Let's learn them one by one in very simple language. So if you are ready, then let's get started. So let's first quickly generate the HTML file. So for that, let me write exclamation mark and press enter. So it will generate this HTML boilerplate. So let's quickly change the title to basic CSS selector. Let's first write some HTML content. So for that, let me write one h1 tag and inside the text is welcome to Code with Surya Official. And below this h1 tag, let me generate a p tag and the text is lorem20. Press enter so it will generate this default text. And below this paragraph, let me generate a div tag and the text is lorem10. Press enter so it will generate this default text here as well. So if I save it and to run this HTML file, let me click this go live button from this Visual Studio Code editor. Okay, so you can see the text is displayed in the screen. Let's start with element selector. So for that, let me create a style tag inside this head tag and let's target this h1 tag. So let's write it here h1 and inside that I'm going to change its color. So the color is red color. So this will make this h1 heading to red color. So if I save it and check it in the browser, so you can see the text welcome to Code with Surya Official will appear in red color. Next we have the class selector. Class is used when we want to apply the same style to many elements. So for that, let me go back to the HTML code and let's create a class inside a paragraph tag. So that class is box and same thing we need to do in the div as well. So class is box. So let's target this box class. Class name always start with a dot. So let me put a dot and the class name is box. So let's change the background color to yellow color and let's put some padding here. So the padding is 10 pixel. So if I save it and check it in the browser, both the paragraph and the div will get a yellow background and padding around them because both the paragraph and div tag contain the same class box. Okay, so next we have a ID selector. ID selector is used for only one unique element. So let's put a ID inside this h1 tag. So ID is blue dash heading. So let's target this ID. ID is always start with a hash symbol. So let me put hash and after that the ID name. So let's change the color to blue color. So if I save it and check it in the browser, then only this one heading becomes blue because ID is always unique. Only this one heading becomes blue because ID is always unique. Also remember, tomorrow you might change the title color to red color. So the ID name like blue heading is become useless. So always use meaningful name like main heading or primary title instead of naming classes based on colors because colors can change but a good meaningful class name stay useful. So let's change the ID name as a main heading. Let's copy this ID and paste it here. So if I save it and check it, so the title color become red color. Okay. Next we have the universal selector. The universal selector selects every element on the page. It uses a star symbol. So let's put a star and inside I'm going to put padding is 0 and margin also 0 and also change the font family to Arial. So if I save it and check it in the browser, then you can see there is no margin and no padding. And also the font family changed to Arial. So that means this removes default spacing and applies the same font to the entire website. Next, we have a group selector. Group selector helps us style multiple tags together. For example, let me target h1 tag and also a p tag. So we can target multiple elements by using comma. So let's change the color to green color. So if I save it and check it in the browser, then you can see our paragraph is changed to green color, but not this heading. Why? Because we have this ID color is red. So if I comment this line edge up now and save it and check it in the browser, then you can see our title also green color. So let's quickly revise. Element selector. This selector chooses HTML text directly. For example, h1, p, div and many more. Class selector. This selects element using a dot. Use when you want to style many elements the same way. ID selector. This selects an element using a hash symbol and it used for one unique element on the page. Universal selector. This uses the star and it selects every element on the entire page. Group selector. This lets you style multiple text together. For example, H1 or P will style both at the same time. So that's it for today's video. If you found this video really helpful, then don't forget to like this video, subscribe to Code with Surya Official, and check out the full playlist for the complete HTML and CSS course. Thanks for watching, keep learning and happy coding. See you in the next video.